Hey everyone, I actually found the hat the other day, so brought it back from the dead. It wasn't a video, and I planned to drop this video maybe unedited, but Sawyer and I did kind of on the same topic a video recently, but the sound quality on his side messed up some, and the video quality, kind of my fault on my side, messed up a little as well, so we kind of elected to not make it an official video because I could not have edited out the problems, so we really had to reshoot it, and didn't quite get a chance before the weekend to do it because we did talk a little bit about Alabama versus LSU, and it kind of sucks that we weren't able to bring that up. But topic today is Tennessee. It's kind of my farewell for Tennessee in the football season because although they still got games and there's still some stuff to play for. Like the biggest one would be the winning in Gainesville for the first time in forever, beating Florida, but they're kind of out of the major picture, out of the playoff race. So kind of a focus on just thoughts, what's kind of going on with them and stuff. It was kind of a rebuilding year to begin with, so if we could finish 9-3, I'd consider it a great season. They had a lot of breaks go against them. They played very undisciplined, had a lot of problems on defense, specifically. I tended to call out the linebacking core having problems not addressing both the run and the passing. The secondary wasn't great either, but if you see some of the bigger pass plays or quarterback plays, the linebacking core wasn't there. Some of it was play calling, some of it was lack of execution. It's a little bit of both. Missed tackles really hurt them. They gave up over 1,000 yards off missed tackles alone. In fact, if they had not made the tackles, chances are Tennessee might be arguably either one loss or undefeated. The one loss being Alabama, which was more of a sound, but more of a we barely lost the other two, but Alabama was the rough one. It does stink losing at home too. Two games this year at home. Usually, we've not been losing in Neyland lately, but beyond just the defensive problems, the offensive turnovers, the lack of discipline, the flags, the other problems. I also sometimes think there's a mental issue with Tennessee. It passes to the fans, passes to the coaches, passes to the players. A great example I've brought up several people talking to me today. It's kind of like people are still talking about, oh, it's hard to win in Gainesville. It doesn't matter if Florida's good. It's still, and I'm thinking, does Florida think the same thing about Tennessee, especially back when we weren't good? No. I mean, I look a few years ago, they came in and Neyland and won this is, I think, Pruitt year, but they came in and won like 47-21 in Neyland. And it's like, why doesn't Tennessee do that to people? I mean, Tennessee gets blown out, and rarely do they go into Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and blow them out. I mean, you keep hearing about, oh, it's so difficult in road games, but none of them seem to have trouble winning in Neyland. And to me, that it's a mental issue with this, lack of confidence or lack of fight. I don't see a lot of fight with Tennessee. Last time I saw it was front half of 2022. I feel like even last year they really played more not to lose than they did just aggressive and angry. And I feel like in early 2022 they had that chip on the shoulder, the front end of that schedule, and they didn't think of themselves as favorites or national title contenders. We want to just go out there and beat the snot out of people. And I think they need to get back to that mentality, get back to, some of these teams like Florida and Georgia bullied them for 2 decades going on now. And it's like, go back to figuring out how to be a bully. Just, I kind of mine as Ralphie, like from the Christmas Story. Just come at him swinging. Don't look at the scoreboard. Just come at him ready to play your best game and just focus on the fundamentals of if you're a receiver, catching the ball, getting open. If you're a quarterback, how do you get the pass to the right people? How do I make the right play? It's more fun if you're a running back or a defender or offensive line, because all I have to do is hit the people. And running back just pound up the middle and take off. That's I feel like one of the, I wouldn't say easiest positions because it's physically demanding on the player, but it's one of the most straightforward positions. Just pound it at them and get up them, don't drop the ball, don't let go of the ball, and just hit people and keep driving forward. I mean, and somewhat the offensive line that way is too. I mean, now, granted, those are some of the, like I said, most physically demanding positions in football, but they take a toll on the players. But yeah, I feel like I'd like to see that more aggressiveness from Tennessee. And I don't see it right now. A lot of talk about Heupel and coaching. Firing Heupel would be a stupid mistake. It'd be about as dumb as the Titans firing Vrabel. I mean, that'd be the dumbest thing Tennessee could do right now. For one, I mean, he's building them up, and sometimes it does take time. And with this program, it takes time. But I think the fans are kind of, you can't blame them. It's like, you know, Florida. As bad as Florida is right now, you don't have to look that far back to see when they played Atlanta. I think it was in Dan Mullen's years. They had a couple of top 10 finishes and played Atlanta, something Tennessee hasn't done since 2007. You got, and then even before that, you had Urban Meyer years in like 2006, 2008 when they won national titles and competed for it, and won SEC championships. Georgia, of course, recently had its back-to-back national titles and a few SEC titles. Auburn in 2010 and 2013 have won something. 2017 they were good. LSU has 3 national titles. I'm not sure how many SEC titles, and Alabama's been winning. So all the big SEC players this century have had national titles, SEC championships, competed at a high level, except Tennessee. Tennessee hasn't done that, which makes you wonder if you're even in that category. We're more keen to Arkansas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Vandy, and Kentucky. I mean, when you lose 15 straight to somebody like they did, and I know it's been broken, but they did with Alabama, or 9 straight to Georgia, or haven't won in the swamps since 2003. That's Vandy, Kentucky level incompetence in football, and there's no way to hide that. And so, yeah, you got to kind of wonder, when are they going to get over the hump? When are they going to actually do something? It's a program that's been marred in mediocrity for so long. It's not even funny. And so, you're sitting here, even with like the discussion of Sawyer and Colin, and Colin summed it up correctly. It's like, when are they going to beat somebody important? That's kind of the reputation around Heupel, because for this year, that's true. I mean, and to be fair, Georgia's gotten lucky quite a bit. Tennessee hasn't, and some of that's clutch too. I think, like I said, a lot of it I think is mental, and I think that they can figure out. And it's going to be harder in the NIL era because players are less loyal to the school and all that stuff. There's just more, but focus on just each person doing their part. Focus on not coaching and not playing, because the coaching we coach scared. Not focus on not playing and coaching scared, and just focus on coming out and having fun, playing your game, and pound somebody in the dust, especially when it's one of the rivals. I mean, we need to take it to them like they take it to us, because apparently Florida and Georgia and Alabama, they know how to coach and their teams up. They know how to win in Neyland. They're not having these problems. So why can't Tennessee do that? And the day that Tennessee figures that kind of stuff out is a day I feel like they start doing big things. And they still quite, the fan base and players still haven't figured it out yet. So, but I'm not sure what it would take. I'm not, going back to the coaching topic again. Definitely opposed Heupel. There's been talk of defensive coordinators. I'm mixed on that. Tim Banks has been. I see a lot of good strategy in his play calling and development, but at the same time, I see a lot of problems too every year. And everybody talks about last year our defense was so good, but even then, I kind of wonder if it was related to competition, because a lot of our opponents struggled on the offensive side of the ball. And then we got to Ohio State and Georgia. I was in Athens watching that game live, and they didn't struggle to move the ball against that defense. So the defense didn't look that good in those 2 games. So maybe it just was competition. And if we had to do a change, maybe change on the defense, But I'm still not sure about that. I think Tennessee needs to change something. Heupel and his coaches need to approach the game differently. I don't know if it means firing a coach or not. I mean, I'm not there. I can't make the decision of what's going wrong, but they do need to change some stuff up. And my biggest thing would be like just the mentality of how we play the game. As I said, stop worrying about statistics, or not whether we win where we are in the poll, or all this minutia garbage. Is just want to go out and just pound somebody. get back to that, and get back to think we can win anywhere, and start ignoring these streaks and stuff, and figure out how to win more on the road. I'm not sure what Heupel's problem is with the road, but he needs to figure that out. And that's kind of where I'm at. I think they're in a good spot, and you don't really want to change up too much. This may just be a down year. I saw we had, was it 46% of our team was freshmen. That was the highest of any team in the SEC. I think Georgia was second. I've been debating, Georgia fans have been talking about, are they the youngest team or us? Depends on where you look at it. Tennessee had a few more graduate players than Georgia, but Tennessee had a lot more freshmen and sophomores. So I'd say Tennessee was probably the youngest team in the SEC this year. So maybe that explains some of the mistakes too. But yeah, sadly, it's wait till next year, and we've been doing that for quite a while. But that's my farewell to Tennessee. I probably in the future videos focus more on teams that actually can make the playoff. And SEC, after all the dust has settled, it's looking like Alabama and Georgia again, with Texas A&M maybe in the mix. I'm a little bit more impressed by them after seeing what they did at Missouri the other night. We'll continue watching the next few weeks and see if they can hold up. But this team does look different. I thought Mike Elko would turn it around a little with them, but I was thinking turn around would be from 8-4 to like a 9-3 or 10-2, not turn it around where they're playing for the chance to win the SEC. But he's got him rolling right now. He's a good coach, I think. We probably need to do a video in the future of doing who's going to where the coaches are going to land at these different teams. I may do that with Sawyer and Colin as well. But definitely, guys, we've seen our video count drop. So definitely, if you can like the videos, watch them. I mean, sadly, I say this, even if you can't watch them, let's like and subscribe them if you don't have time, and we'll go from there. Thank you, guys. Catch you later.